Hello and welcome to your Monday morning with Master O. We have a wonderful episode for you today. We're going to be talking about something that is been in the works for, I would say, close to 2 years now. It's a thinking mentality of what it should be what are the characteristics to train here that we need to live by. Not only the 5 tenets of Taekwondo, like I talked about in our previous videos, but is something specifically to this school. As many of you know, our motto here is leaders developing leaders. That is our motto. We are taking a leadership perspective to try to develop future leaders for our generations, for the future, as it says. We're trying to find the right tools to use that with, the right verbiage, and vocabulary to describe what we're expecting out of our students, and as well out of our instructors who are teaching classes, as well as myself even. Growing up in the Scouts, we had the Scout Code, we had the Scout Oath. In Taekwondo, in my previous Taekwondo academy that I taught at and also started Taekwondo with, we would finish class with 10 student commitments. And from here now, I have gone into creating my own. There was things that they did a good job at my previous academy, and I don't want to say anything bad about them. I just saw myself going a different direction with my own school, which is one of the reasons why I'm no longer with that academy, but I am also now trying to figure out my identity and my methodology and my ethos of what it means to be a student here, as well as an instructor and a master. So what is our ethos? What is our code? What is our, again, Scouts, we had the Scout Law, we had the Scout Oath. Same things in the Girl Scouts, I believe, is the same. And countless other schools and organizations have a code for the students or a code for the employees to follow and work by and live by. You're not going to steal. You're not going to cheat. You're going to work hard. You're going to do these kinds of things, different rules to live by. So for here, we have is our leadership code. We're working on finalizing it. We're still trying to get a little bit details here and there fixed and whatnot. Originally, I started with 15 different aspects and points and bullet points. I was trying to think of, okay, this is something this is something that I want to live by. This is something that I've learned incredible things by practicing and just having that in my life. And I feel like this would be a great thing for our students. I want them to, I want to give my students the ability to learn from the mistakes that I've made, and hopefully I can make their life a little bit, not even necessarily their life, but give them a little more understanding, a little more direction than what I had sometimes with certain things. I was grateful to have those kinds of people in my life, from my parents to people constantly surrounding me, other masters, other teachers, scout leaders, and so forth. I had so many different hands and so many different cogs on a wheel that allowed me to learn and observe from so many different leadership perspectives and viewpoints. But for here, we are going to have our leadership code. That's what this episode is going to be entitled, is our leadership code, our ethos of Master O's Taekwondo. This is going to be posted on our wall somewhere. We're going to have a giant poster or something on the wall that's going to have all these written down on it, and that can get changed, that can get finalized. Again, just like we have for so many parts of so many rules and everywhere, they get changed, they get fixed and tweaked, and we will continuously do that as well, because again, nothing can always be set in stone perfectly the way it is. It's going to be constantly need to get adjusted and changed, and that's what we're trying to do. Is, again, like I said, this is going to be, it's a little fluid. This is as far as I've gotten right now. I started with 15 bullet points. I brought it down to about 11 or 12, and then a couple more came in as suggestions from a few other of my black belts that I proposed this to, who are, one of them is an adult, one of them is a teenager. They're both third-degree black belts, and I asked for their input of, like, what do you think of this? Is there something you would add? And there's something in here that actually was added. Another one of the black belts, they just helped me with the grammar of it, because I love grammar. And that's my greatest thing ever. So from here, to start off this episode, we're going to go with our leadership code. Now, this is something we're going to be saying after class, every class. Just like the 5 tenets of Taekwondo, that is universal, but this is specific to Master O's Taekwondo. And for the leadership code number 1, is I am expected to lead and be led. I will lead by example in all situations through my actions and my words. And again, that first one is very self-explanatory. A good leader should also know how to follow. You should always set the example with your actions and words. In class, a leader can not just be the person who's standing in front like myself or another black belt instructor who's teaching class, but someone who's in line, setting the right example for everyone else around you. Oh, I need to be standing straight, not goofing off, following instructions from the instructor, whoever it might be. I need to set the example. That's being a leader. And a leader doesn't have to be the person in front. Like I said, it can be the person in line. Person on their spot, ready for class when it's starting. Person who's got their belt tied, their gears on for sparring week, whatever it might be. They're stretching before testing. They're preparing, they're practicing their poomsae a little bit. They're setting the example. What should we be doing? They're not running around, not goofing off. Number 2, I will accept every life experience, good or bad, as an opportunity to learn and grow. One of the biggest things that one of the biggest sayings that I remember was, you don't fail, you fall because you get back up. You never lose, you always learn. And that's something that I want my students to understand. Okay, I messed up, my poomsae. How can I fix it? I made this mistake at school on my test. How can I fix it? I handled this situation incorrectly with a friend or something. How can I correct this? I did something wrong at home. How am I going to fix that problem that I messed up on? So you accept every life experience, whether it be good or bad, and take it as an opportunity to learn and grow. That's how we improve. That's how we get better. If you stay the same and make the same mistakes, that is not a way to ever get better. I mean, I think that's the definition of insanity, is trying to do the same thing repetitively and expecting a different result. I mean, think about it in sports. I put sports references out there. If you do the same play and it's not working, why are we going to keep doing it? We got to find something new, try something different. Number three, I will not hurt another person with my hands, feet, or words. I will think before I act and respond properly and fairly. So this is a very good one. It goes with self-control with our 5-10 Taekwondo. You're not going to hurt another person. You're going to control yourself. And you will think before you act and respond properly and fairly. Sometimes that response is you having to stick up for yourself, whether it be vocally or physically. Sometimes the response is to just walk away and not confront the situation physically, is to just let it go. It depends on the situation, but it takes time. You got to stop, take a step back sometimes, take a deep breath, count to 5, whatever it needs to be. Think about what your response is going to be. Don't make a response out of emotion. You want to think, make a logical response. So that's number 3. I will not hurt another person with my hands, feet, or words. I will think before I act and respond properly and fairly. Number 4, I will respect every person I meet and treat them fairly with my actions and thoughts. Again, that goes into what I talked about in I believe our first video, was how Taekwondo has changed me, is it's helped me be more empathetic. I don't even say Taekwondo has done that, but just overall in life. As I've been able to be more part of the elementary schools through teaching the PE classes and interacting with so many different students at schools, it has given me a more insight of like, hey, I need to sometimes be more empathetic, be more understanding. Instead of, freaking out and yelling, raising my voice to a child, maybe I need to sit down next to them and give them a little shoulder to cry on, or give them a hug, or whatever it might be. Sometimes that's the thing that needs to be given, is just some attention. And again, some people think, this person is X, but it's not X. It's not X. It's actually Y, or it's Z, or it could be something else. Could be even different. Could be a different problem that they're confronting, and you might be making it worse by making assumptions. So instead of making an assumption, we need to stop. We need to think, take a step back, and refocus. Number 5, I will take responsibility for all my belongings and put them away neatly. That applies here at the Taekwondo school with your safety gears. That applies at the your home, where you put your stuff. At school, where you put your school belongings. Where's your backpack supposed to belong? Where's your school book belong? Where are all these other different things? Where do they go? Take responsibility for your stuff. Put it away neatly. When we put things away neatly, that's what's been referred to by my teacher as visual discipline. Are the targets stacked neatly? Are the gears put away properly? Are the shoes put in the shoe rack where they belong? Yes, I understand sometimes the shoe rack is full. What are we going to do? There's a second shoe rack in the after school room. Can I put my shoes there? Oh, that one's full too. Can I put my shoes next to the shoe rack? When I was at my first Taekwondo school, there was spots for maybe 20 shoes. There was a shoe rack, there was 20 shoes. Now, that's 10 people. When there's more than 10 people in class, where do the shoes go? There was a line of shoes along this long hallway in a straight line, one next to the other, next to the other, next to the other. Visual discipline is something we got to think about, and that's what number 5 is talking about, taking responsibility for your belongings and put them away neatly. Take responsibility for things. Number 6, I will never quit. I will train hard to improve myself in every class I take through discipline. A lot of students, like I talked about, we talked about last video, the 5 tenets Taekwondo with perseverance. We talked about it with indomitable spirit, not quitting and giving up. It's easy to quit. I have bumped into so many people and taught so many people who almost got black belt. I bumped into so many people who almost got Eagle Scout. People who say those things, that shows me, oh, I'm just going to quit at something. I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to stop, or I'm not going to complete the task. Sometimes that's a time thing. They moved. They couldn't find a good Taekwondo school to go to. I understand that. I don't hold that against them. Again, I'm trying to be more empathetic with that. But it's just something of my insight of when I hear a person or a kid who says, oh, they just want to quit because it's not fun. It's not something they're enjoying. It's not, Master O is being too tough on me. Well, as you get to a higher belt, there's a certain standard that needs to be held. There needs also a certain quality and certain techniques that you should know and be able to execute properly. And if I'm getting hard on you, if I'm getting difficult for you to do those techniques properly, then you know what? You need to put some more attention onto those techniques to make them better. If you forget what 2 plus 2 is, you got to work on your math a little bit more. If you're in 3rd grade, 4th grade, if you forget your basic math skills or reading skills, we got to work on that more. It's not a matter of you need to forget about it and just keep going forwards. You got to take your time. You got to go back to it a little bit sometimes. So again, number 6, I will never quit. I will train hard to improve myself in every class I take through discipline. Number 7, my belt is a symbol of my hard work and dedication to my training. Again, your belt is a symbol. Your belt is nothing other than that. It's not a toy. It's not a scarf. It's nothing else to be shown. It is a symbol of your hard work and dedication to your training. As you get your belt, as your belts get darker and you go up the belt ranks, your belt is showing what is expected of you. I am a red belt. I am a blue belt. I am a black belt. I bump into so many people. Oh, I'm a black belt at this school, and I look at them like, is that how you're gonna act? Is that what black belts act like though at that school? Maybe there's a bell curve to everything. Maybe they're on the end of the bell curve that barely made their black belt testing. I don't know. But that's, again, not my place to judge, as just for me to make an observation and think, what do I want my students to act like? And this is a part of it. Your belt is your symbol. If you're a red belt, set the example as a red belt. Set the example as a blue belt, as a green belt, as a white belt, as a high white belt. You can set the example for the white belts who are brand new. I have been so grateful to see so many new students coming in from January till now. And there were times when the white belts were goofing off a little bit. The high white belts were goofing off a little bit. So the high white belts were doing some burpees. The white belts, they were new. They didn't know how to act appropriately. So they started learning. They made an observation. They watched. Ooh, man, the high white belts are not acting properly. Master O's got them doing burpees. I don't want to do burpees. Or he's got them doing push-ups. Or he's got them doing bear crawls. He's got them doing frog jumps. Whatever it might be. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna stand straight. And I would commend the other belts who are standing properly. Sometimes that requires me to give them some remediation through burpees or some physical exercise, because maybe you're goofing off because you got energy. That's usually what happens. That's usually been my observation when it comes to a student misbehaving, is they got extra energy, so they got to do a little bit extra exercise. It's not as a punishment. It's a remediation. It's for you to recognize, hey, I got extra energy. I need to focus in the right direction. Put more effort into my training maybe. Number 8 now. Number 8, I will assist and encourage other students with my actions and my words. So by helping, I see this in the beginner intermediate class. I got white belts helping other white belts. I love it. I got high white belts helping other high white belts. I pull out one of the belts who knows their pumse, or they know this technique or something. I pull them out as the example, put them in front of the group, and they do an awesome job. And that's what I love to see with my students. Regardless of your belt level, you're setting an example, you're assisting other students, and you're encouraging them. I have some of the advanced students, the middle school students, that come in and they help out with the beginner intermediate class, and they give them a little encouragement when they're kicking the targets. They give them some cheering, some claps, high fives, whatever. And that's awesome. That's what I want to see, is that we have that kind of feeling, is this higher belt's not above me. They're encouraging me. They're helping me get to my helping with this new kick or helping with this new move or something. And that's what I love to see with my students is they're helping. They're number 8. They're assisting and encouraging other students with their actions and their words. Again, not just their words, not just telling, hey, do this right. They're showing them. Actions speak louder than words. Here we go. Number 9, I'm a leader no matter my belt rank, my belt, age, or size. In the absence of leadership, I will take charge and lead my teammates. You're a leader. Again, like I said, I got high white belts. I got white belts. They set the example sometimes, and I love it. I've had times where my white belts and high belts were a better helper in the little leaders classes than some of the black belts and higher belts that I have. I would ask the higher belts to have a seat and watch how they're doing. It's happened. It doesn't matter what belt you are. You can be a phenomenal leader or you can be a bad leader. You can be a bad leader as a higher belt. You can be a great leader as a high belt. You can be a great leader as a low belt. You can be a horrible leader as a low belt. You got to set the example, though. If the absence of leadership, take charge and lead your teammates. I've seen yellow belts. Hey, guys, class is about to start. Let's get on our X's. Yellow belt to green belts to blue belts. They're telling them, hey, class is about to start. They see the clock is winding up. They see it's about to start, and boom. Problem solved. They're setting the example with their leadership. Excellent. Number 10, the last one. I will be a positive leader for all. Super important thing right there. You're going to be a positive leader for everyone. Again, all these things that we're talking about, the 10 articles of the leadership code that we have here for Master O's Taekwondo School, is that we're not just using these here at our Taekwondo school. We can use these with our teammates on the soccer field. We can use these with our classmates at school. We can use these with our siblings, our parents at home. Oh, my little sister, little brother having problems, I can help them. That's stepping up as a leader. You're an older sibling. You have that belt rank as older sibling to step up and like, hey, I got to be an example for my little siblings. I should set the example of what to do, where my shoes are at, how my room is supposed to look. Am I supposed to pick up my toys and stuff? Am I supposed to clean up after myself at the table? Yes, my younger siblings might not be able to do it. They might be babies and toddlers. They don't know how to do that stuff. But you can set the example. It doesn't mean you have to be, oh, they can't realize what I'm doing. I'm just going to be slacker. We got to set the example sometimes. And that's just something we got to do at all times. As we get older, as we get to teenager, middle school, high school years, older siblings, you got to set the example for your younger siblings. And that's what this is all about. It's not just about something here at this school. It's something that you're going to have here. I really hope that everyone understands this. Everyone understands this video. This is going to be posted on our Facebook. The leadership code is going to be posted on our YouTube comments in the description. All the leadership code aspects, and it will be posted on our wall hopefully soon. I'll get that taken care of. Until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, has a wonderful week, and let's make sure we set the right example with our leadership code and have the proper ethos. Because if there is something that you're not doing properly, all I'm going to do is point to that wall when it gets up on that wall, or what I'm going to tell you when we do the leadership code. You're not setting the example as a higher belt. You're failing this. You're not showing number 4, number 5, or whatever number it might be that you're not doing. You're not taking care of your equipment. You're not showing number 5, keeping your stuff away neatly. You put your shoes not in the right spot. You're leaving your gear just all over the floor. We got to take care of our stuff. We got to set the example at all times. Remember, here at Master O's, we're leaders developing leaders, and that leader is not just me. That leader can be anybody in this room. It can be anybody teaching classes, anybody helping classes, or taking classes. Set the example as a leader to everybody else, and I hope to see you guys next time. Hopefully next time I'll be able to have our first video with a guest coming up soon. I've been talking to other masters. They've been super excited about coming in. I'm just trying to find a time that we can arrange that for them to come in, and we'll be able to have a wonderful conversation. It might be a long one. It might be a short one. It might be a couple different video segments from a prolonged conversation with them. But hopefully I can have those masters come in and we can have a wonderful time. And I will see you guys and gals in class. Have a wonderful week. Stay a positive leader for all. Master O is out.